Hey everybody! As always, it's Brad from myBSlife. We are doing a rare BS banter live today. I'm not really sure how this is going to unfold, but I'm excited to see what happens. Here's where we're at. Our plan today is this. We're going to talk about the fact that how did I get monetized in 6 months, 1K subs. I'm doing this outside. For any of you guys who know my channel, you know I love to do as many things outside as I possibly can. Today, what that means by being outside is simply this. We are going to be doing this live. We're gonna be on top of this thing. I'm outside. It's not real warm here right now. You see I've got the toque on, or some of you call in other parts of the world, you call it the beanie. I've got the beanie on, and from there, that's what's happening. So I'm gonna let a few people show up, and if they don't show up, we're just gonna talk anyway. That's what BS Banter is all about. In case you're wondering, temperature here today is about 2 degrees. It's a little bit colder with wind chill. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's 2 degrees Celsius. So some of you who love to translate, go back and forth between Fahrenheit, Celsius, or whatever else, or whatever, it's going on. You can track that in. But like I said, I'm Brad, myBSlife. I'm trying to stay warm here. I'm trying to be bundled up. It's fresh out today. But I like to do a lot of stuff outside. So today, outside, we're doing a little BS banter outside. Talk about, like I said, talk about how I got 1,000 subs. Talk about how I got 4,000 watch hours. How I did this in 6 months, and how if I can do it, trust me, I'm not that special. If I can do it, you 100% can do it. If you got a question, just ask. This isn't gonna be a super long live. I'm gonna go through things as they hit me. I've got a few notes, but as with everything I do, there's only ever really 2 or 3 jot notes as we go through. But yeah, it's starting to. I don't know if it's snowing or if it's just raining a little bit, but there's some things that are falling on me, some things that are wet and damp as we go through. So there's where we're at. So that's what's happened. That's where we're at. As you file in, a little bit about me, a little bit about my YouTube journey. I started my YouTube journey at the very end of April. I've been monetized for a little over a week now before I had a chance to do this video, because I thought I might as well save it for BS Banter. So I got a few questions which I want to answer those ones to see how they went. Frugal Duo, great to see you. Hello. So I'm gonna walk through basically how I got monetized, how I did it in 6 months. Like I said, I'm not just special. If I can do it, you can do it. So my YouTube journey was this. I started with no concept at all of ever being monetized in YouTube. I started strictly to get myself in shape and to do a little bit more with myself. I started filming to hold myself accountable. Over time, I started filming more different kinds of workouts as I went along. Pardon me. And then, yeah, Jashem, I am outside doing a live. If I can do it outside, I will. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, it's outside. It's hey, eating with Miss P. Good to. It is cold here. It's the temperature right now is about 2 degrees. That's without the wind chill, so I think it's actually below 0. No, this is no green screen. You can see the leaves are moving behind me. I could get up and hat and green. No, this is no green screen. This is it. And Jashem, I would tell you, you can come over and hold my hands. You feel how cold they are. In fact, Abur, good to see you. Johnny and Claire, amazing. It is cold here. It's not. It's going to be colder. Soon there's going to be snow on the ground. So how I'm going to get through this next little bit for BS Banter is this. I don't actually drink coffee, so I don't have any of those insulated mugs. But I've got a mug that I have here for summer to keep my drinks cool. Hey, Lava House, great to see you. So if I put hot chocolate in this one, we'll see it's staying warm, and you can see right here, this is not going to work at all already. Like this part of it, the lid is already falling apart. I'm a bit of a schmozzle, but Donut Toys, hey, Too Fat to Furious, hey guys, how you doing? Donut Toys and Games, amazing. This is so much fun. Mr. and Mrs. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Annabella. I should be giving like that's sort of some Johnny and Claire. We got a hello. Let's get you on the screen here. Abur, there we go. Let's get you up here. We got Lava House. I love it. Let's get you up here. Jashem, I love it. No one really knows where Jashem is, but just so you know, if I held your hand, we wouldn't be social distance. That is so true. We would not be social distancing, but we would be making progress because we'd feel a little bit closer. Donut Toys and Games, a campfire. I would love a little campfire. In fact, sometimes I have been known to light a fire in the corner of my yard. You can get away with that stuff in Canada because people understand. Cloud9, hello. Jaden Sue, hello. Mr. and Mrs., always fun there. And Mr. and Mrs. are going to be on with me live tomorrow night. If you love live tomorrow night, I'm going to do another one at 8:30 a little bit later. I'm going to talk to some of my favorite creators. We're going to find out about their channels and see what's going on. Maximize Wes, love to see it today. But today we are talking strictly about how I got monetized, how I did this in 6 months with watch hours and subs. And I did not spend a cent on it. So if you're wondering, can it be done? I didn't spend any money on it, so you can for sure do this free for I did. One of my close friends, CL Furlong, backyard marathon himself. Check him out, 100%. He's in Australia. He's in the Lounge Down Under. He's actually in the future right now. He's already morning there, so I'm sure. Yeah, he just said grab some brekkie for sure. So as he's going along, it's he's in the future. He always knows what happens in the Mandalorian a few days ahead of me, which I always think is amazing. So today, BS Banter number 20, my first live BS Banter. This is amazing. We are talking monetization. We are talking watch hours. Number one, I did this in 6 months. I didn't pay a cent for anything. I didn't buy any subs. I know people do that. I didn't do that because I thought if I'm going to do this, I want to make it last. I didn't think those things would last. Okay. I got my 1,000 subs in about 3 months. Okay. I got my watch hours. I finished them up late last week. It took me about 6 months to get the watch hours as I went along. So, Too Fat Too Fierce saying there's so many friends here. This is amazing. It really is a tight knit community, and you see that all the way through. You're going to see these people show up all the way along. Get to know each other, chat with each other as you go through. As we continue along here, if you've got a question, ask it. I put that across the bottom. Any question about monetization as you go through. For sure, ask me. Edward Lee from California. Great to see you, my friend. First question I got asked, what did I make my first day monetization? My first day monetization, I made about 68 cents. So far, I've been monetized for less than a week. My posting has been down a bit. Sorry, you can hear traffic in the background here. I am outside of here. The geese go by. We are in Ottawa, Canada. If you're just joining me, your capital of Canada, temperature here is about 2 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's definitely below zero when it comes to the wind chill. I do have an umbrella right here. It's over top of the laptop because it was snowing a little bit off and on, or maybe it was a little bit of rain. So as we come on, there's where we are. Amy Helena, thank you so much for joining me. Kristen, it is great to see you. Furlong, thank you. I've never had super chat. This is 100% my first ever super chat. This is really exciting. I don't even know what this means, but this is amazing. So yeah, super chat. Don't feel any obligation to that, Chris. That is amazing. I love the support. You're so kind. Yes, this is my first super chat. Let's get going. Let's talk about how you guys can make some money like I did. You can make the wealth riches of, since I've started, I've hit a total of $2.90. No, I think I'm up to $4 as of this morning, $4.20. So I'm averaging around 90 cents a day. That is with me posting roughly 2 videos a week right now. I used to post 3 videos a week. I had more time then, but I'm posting 2 videos a week right now. Doing BS Banter. Oh, Jashem, I love the love. So sweet of you. I love the love. I'm posting Jashem, so sweet. If you haven't had a chance, check him out. He does amazing things, and he can bring amazing things to your life, like Jashem has brought to my life. And I believe in protect. He won't tell you where he lives. He's very secret about his location, but he will let you know for sure. Johnny and Claire, you guys are amazing. So this is really, really exciting. I have no idea even how to do with this, how to take this all in, but this is awesome. So here's where we're at. I made over $4 since I've been monetized. I'm posting twice a week with my consistency. I'm posting a workout every Saturday for those of you who are just joining me. If you're new, finding out how to get monetized, my channel is predominantly a fitness channel. My fitness journey is what I've been documenting. And as I've gone along with it, I've continued with BS Banters, which is where I get to show a quirky side of my personality. For me, that could be when I went to the apple orchard. And every now and then, once a month, I mix in a mukbang. I've won 2 mukbangs. I've lost 1 mukbang, whether it be eating an entire jar of peanut butter in the middle of Niagara Falls, whether it be eating KFC sandwiches, which I failed at, or whether it be eating 1,000 grains of raw rice. These are mukbangs I have done. So if you want to know how to get monetized on YouTube, this is exactly how to do it. We're going to take you through. Yeah, did you get to my question about monetization? Jaden, ask me it right now in the chat if you can. I will 100% get your question about monetization. So I will get to all your questions as best I can as we go through. So for me, I started consistently. The mistake I made in the very beginning, so don't make this mistake, is I went through and I was posting at random times. Malika Joseph, thank you so much. That is super kind of you. $3.99, I love it. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Right now, this is like, we're talking, this becomes, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Is a wealth of riches, but this is so exciting for me. So thank you so much, Malika Joseph. That is awesome. What I started out doing in the very, very beginning of my YouTube journey is I was posting at random days and times. My first suggestion to you, you want to get monetized, want to get your subs, pick a consistent day and a consistent time so people know when to expect your content. For me, that became BS Banters every Monday at 4, which is when we started this one. And that became a workout Wednesday morning and a workout Saturday morning. as I've gone along, I've tweaked that a little bit where I've had to take out the Wednesday one because I've been so busy. I want to make sure I can give people the love they deserve, and what a big part of my content is building a community. Thank you so much, Rants with Rogers. I really appreciate that. Did I buy myself a green screen? I did not buy myself a green screen. You can check how I did a green screen. It's an old video of mine. It is construction paper taped to the basement wall. Cost me less than $10, and it worked for a bunch of videos. I'm outside right now. Victoria, thank you so much for your kind words. How do I get monetized in 6 months? Jaden Sue, that is the question of the day. That is exactly what I am answering for all of us as we continue on. So start out, be consistent with when you post your material. Okay, be consistent, be consistent, be consistent. The other one on there, your quality, don't beat yourself up where it has to be perfect every single time, because 100% of the videos you don't post is way worse than a video that may not be up to your level of perfection. So for some of you, as you go through, you're perfectionist to a core. My suggestion for you, for someone who got monetized in 6 months, do not be a perfectionist, because what happens is it messes up when you put out your content. It messes up when people can expect your content, and because of it, as you realize, you followers, subscribers, they come and go all the way through, but you want to be consistent. You want to be top of mind as you go through. So number one, be consistent. It does not need to be perfect. Oh, Jashem says, no, I'm saying take the money and buy yourself a green screen so you don't have to freeze in the cold. This is it. This is life in Canada. It is only going to get colder. I will 100% put in this time outside. If you're hearing the geese go by, they are loud. The geese are ready. They are heading south. So some of you who are south, like my friends, like Jay Cesar, who is down, he's down south. Jashem is down south. He won't tell you where he is, but he's down south. The birds are hitting them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your congrats. And Jay Cesar, he's going to be with me live tomorrow night. So check him out. He's going to be talking about his channel as we go through. And if you've ever joined me live in the past, like Jashem has, I'm hoping he drops by and makes a cameo appearance tomorrow night. It might happen. You never know with Jashem. He's kind of like he's kind of like Where's Waldo. You never know where he's going to show up. So you want to be consistent with your content. That's number one. You want to have a consistent level of content. So whether that be for you, it could be crazy high, or it could be very bare bones like me, where you're a guy sitting literally in his backyard with an umbrella over top to keep the rain and the snow off the top of your laptop, like using a golf umbrella to do that. Like if you're in the same boat as me, then do it. Right? For the first 3 months I did this, I didn't even own a tripod. I literally took blocks of 2x4 up and propped them up behind me to prop my camera up. That's what I did. For those of you who super chat things, that is so sweet of you. That is so kind. It's much appreciated. I'm 100% going to put that money back into getting things to film, like maybe a mic or maybe one of those they call them dead cats to go on your phone set. The audio feedback isn't as terrible. I was of the mindset, until I make money on YouTube, I'm not going to spend any money on YouTube. As YouTube for me has been a hobby, but I've never put more time into a hobby than I have into this one. So if you want to figure out how to be successful, it's going to take time. If you want to get monetized in 6 months, it's going to take time. Consistency with when you upload, consistent quality. It doesn't mean it needs to be the same every time, but 100% you need to be putting your content out consistently. The other one, you need to reply to every single person's comment. If you want them to care about your channel, take the time to care about what they say, right? That's what it comes down to. So everyone who comments on my channel, I always reply to their comments as best I can. Some of their comments are deeper questions, so I'll send them through to Instagram or someplace else to ask me for questions. But as we go through, I put everything on YouTube. I'm very open. I'm happy to share anything I've done. Like, let's all of us get our brands a little bit bigger. Let's get to be successful. If your goal is to get monetized like I did in 6 months, if your goal is to get the 1,000 subs, if your goal is to get the 4K watch hours, then it's pretty straightforward. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. I didn't pay for anything. There's no secret sauce this, but if you put in the time, you will make it for sure. Great question right here from Victoria Sequence. How much time do you put in each day with comments? Each day with comments for me has changed now than what it was in the beginning, because my life has changed a bit. So I've actually had to change what I'm doing. As my sub count has gone up, when I first started on YouTube, I was doing a ton of what I call outreach. Okay, yeah, right there. Chris just pointed out right there, I've made more off super chats than I have way off ad revenue. And I'm going to talk with that in a bit. Ad revenue is not where you're going to make a ton of money. It's signing up memberships and stuff like that. I'm still figuring all that stuff out. But as you go through, the time is, I was probably putting, I'd say when I first started my channel, I was probably spending 5 hours a day on YouTube, at least. 5 hours a day. I'd be on YouTube usually after 10 o'clock at night because my daughter would get to bed. I'd make sure she was asleep. Then I'd be online for probably 3 hours then, probably till around 1 a.m. And I'd start again before she woke up in the morning. During the day, just like many of you, you're going to work, you're doing things. So my time was all after hours. Because don't forget, that's just time you're putting into comments when you're reaching out to other people. So when I'm talking outreach, what I would do is I would go on other people's channels who I would enjoy, and I'd see if someone put a thoughtful comment into someone else's video. I'd be like, if this person will take the time for them, let's see what they're all about. And honestly, that's how I found like the bulk of my core YT community. I'm going to get to that really soon. Is the fact that so time about 5 hours a day, as you go through it, like for sure. Jashem, you have a daughter and you have this much energy. Yeah, this is it. From beginning of the day till end of the day, this is the level I run at, Jashem. So you should see me. And days like I don't drink anything with I'm not a big caffeine guy because it totally throws me off. But the other thing, so it's going to take time, it's going to take hours, and you got to realize if you're not passionate about it, if you don't love it, you're gonna hate it because you're not making any money for months. It took me 6 months. You might get there way faster, might take you a little bit longer, but hours. So what I did to try and find, I never did any sub for sub stuff because I felt like it was a waste of time. I tried it for about 3 or 4 days in the very beginning, but I realized none of them stuck. None of them stayed. And you're going to realize you get so caught up in sub numbers in the beginning because what you want to do is you want to hit that 1,000 sub mark. But my suggestion would be focus just as much on your hours and your watch time. Because what happened to me, it took me an extra 3 months to get the watch time. And here's the rub. When you first start out, your sub count is low, so your watch hours are really low. And so the two go hand in hand. So you need to outreach, you need to find more people. My suggestion too is don't necessarily just find people who are part of what you do. I don't just want to reach out to fitness people because other fitness people, to be honest, they don't always want to watch more fitness videos. So what I would do is I found other things I was interested in. Like I love editing. I'm not very good at it. I don't really understand it, but I love it. So people like Jashem's channel, another friend of mine on here, Kevin, like they've got great stuff and I learn from them. So I would follow them, even though they're not fitness guys per se themselves, at least not on screen. They might be off screen. But for me, follow different people, show them that you care about them. And a lot of people will reciprocate the love that you give out back to you. And oftentimes you're going to understand you're going to reach out to way more people than will ever come back to you. But that's just the way it goes anytime in life. Okay. It is as you go through, it's one of those things as you try and do it. So for me, if 5 hours a day, you're going to be reaching out to different people. In the beginning, what I did is I tried to find 5 different channels a day, only 5. And I would watch them. And some of them I wouldn't, if I couldn't understand what they're saying, I didn't sub. Because for me, I wanted to know what they're saying to make sure it made sense to me. So as I went along, I made sure I could understand what they're saying. I would check their content, a few things as I was going along. For me though, I would find 5 a day. I'd outreach to 5 different people a day. And I figured if just 3 of those people, which is a little over half, come back to me and decide they want to follow my channel, that's absolutely amazing. So then every day you're getting three new people who actually care about your channel, which at the end of the week is 21 new subs a week. And for me in the beginning, 21 subs a week was really, really tricky. I wasn't getting that at all. And even this week, since September 15th and the algorithm changed, my sub count has flown up and down a lot as you go along. A quick question just thrown here in the middle is, what software do I use for editing? I use a program called Camtasia. There's a one-time fee. I got a promo code on it. I think it was around $200 in the beginning, and that was my total investment to YouTube. I tried a program initially called Open Source. And Open Source is one that's completely free, which you can download. But Open Source, for me personally, the total number of hours and the amount I had to finish with it was really, really tough and really, really challenging. So I found that one really slow, counterintuitive, counterproductive, and everything took forever. So I use a program called Camtasia. That's the one I use. And for me, I really enjoyed it. So from there, like I said, consistency. The next big thing, which I already alluded to, as you're reaching out to, my goal, like I said, was 5 different people a day. If only 2 or 3 of them stick, you're growing people actually care about your channel. Because your goal, and a friend of mine here, Chris, he's commented on wanting to have super fans. You want to have people who genuinely care about your content. Because there's the point in the beginning where you're just trying to get people who will subscribe to you. You just want to see that number count. But later on, you realize, thanks, thumbs up for my Jays hat. I appreciate that. Throw a thumbs up on there. I love it. Helps the YouTube algorithm as it goes along. JD Knight, good to see you. Food expertise with half set, great to see you. Gold, my friend, that is so kind of you to say. So what you want to do is you make sure, so like people, you want to have loyal subscribers, because there's a few people I know when I put out videos, if they can, they will comment. I put out 3 a week for a long time and often 2. But as you go through, everyone's channel is going to be different. Another friend of mine, Vince, Life with Vince Lou, he puts one out every single day. There's no way I can see his content every day. But I love seeing what Vince does. I love supporting him. So I will check in on his channel a few times a week. And it's one of those things where the whole YouTube community really is small. You're going to see a lot of different people come through, and you're going to see some people that will really stick. Their content will stick with you. It will matter to you, and you will really enjoy that. So for me, tomorrow night when I do another live, I'm bringing 8 other creators whose content I really enjoy, and they're going to be on here live with me. So if you're someone who wants to do that sometime, send me a message. Send me a message in the comments, and I'm trying to do that every couple of weeks, where I just have people whose content I enjoy, and they're going to come on. They're going to answer 3 questions: why they started YouTube, where in the world they are, and what video best represents them. If that's something you want to do, join me on screen. Like, I love it. I love the company. So as we're going along, you want to find that community that will support you. So there's a few core people in this community as you go through, where I know they've been so cool, where like we chat offline. I've never met these person in Instagram. They're all over the world. Like Jashem, he's somewhere in the United States. I have no idea where. Chris Furlong, he's been under quarantine for months in Australia. Okay. Vince is down in California. Kevin's in Toronto. Fat Earther, good to see you, my friend. Kristen Quickfit, can I explain StreamYard? Is it different than live streaming on YouTube? Yeah, okay. For me, I like StreamYard, and you can see StreamYard, I don't pay for the StreamYard program. I use the free version. So because I use the free version of StreamYard, you're going to see it's in the top corner. It says powered by StreamYard. One thing you can do with StreamYard you can't do on YouTube is I can bring people on screen. So if I posted a link right now, if I posted a link right now, I could click on there, and like maybe we'll do this. Maybe I'll see if I invite, and then we'll see if someone wants to click on here for 1 minute with me. I'll just show you how easy it is to do. So there's copy. I'm doing this as I speak right now. I'm going to post this right now. We'll see if someone clicks on this one. Okay, as we go through. So understand, if you click on this, that means you will be joining me live. Now, what happens is, so Kristen, if you're there, join me live if you want to. If you don't want to, it'll probably be Jashem, because he loves the limelight. This guy, he's made for Hollywood. But anyway, you're so confident doing lives. Thanks, Amy. Like, this is I want to share what I know. So I clicked on that. If someone clicks on this link, they're going to show up on what's called backstage, which means they don't jump right on the screen. So right now, I've got 2 people right here. I'm going to pull them both on. One is Chris. I'm going to add him. So all you do is you click add to stream. So Chris is going to join me. Chris, good to see my Australian brother. So there's Chris. Now I'm also going to add Jashem. Now he's in another part of the world. So right here, in a matter of seconds, Jashem, I knew he's Captain Hollywood right there. So right here, as we talk, so if you've got a question for StreamYard, this is how StreamYard works. Neither Jashem or Chris talked ahead of time. They didn't know they were going to come on live. But for those of you who've never used StreamYard, this is just how easy it is. So Chris, tell us, where in the world are you?
I'm in Melbourne, Australia.
Okay, and what's the weather like there?
Actually, it's sunny. It's about 15 degrees, but blue sky at the moment. It's 8:30 in the morning.
All right, here we go. Well, I've got someone else I've never met in backstage. Aberwer, I think he's sitting in his car. We're going to click on him. We're making a new friend right here.
I am. Hi.
Great to see you. I see you're in your car. Where in the world are you?
London,
wow.
UK.
That's absolutely amazing. So right now, we are literally bringing the world together. I've never met Aberwer before. This is awesome.
I'm an Uber driver, my friend, and a vlogger.
I love it. So he's an Uber driver, vlogger. He's in London. If you haven't met, that's Jashem on right. He's beside you. He's in the United States.
I'm very delighted, guys. Honestly, nice to meet you all. Honestly, I love this community, man. I've been following you for a while, by the way. So today, somehow, I got the time. There's no work, so I thought, log off, go offline, and just see what that is going on in this world. Nice to see you guys.
This is amazing. This really is. And for those of you who are just getting to know my channel, this is kind of what it is. I'm an easygoing guy. If you're part of it, oh, we got another one in the background. Kirsten, here we go. Let's throw her on the live with us. Here we go. Another person I've known. Kirsten, good to see you. So yeah, so right now, so you were asking, so people are asking how you do live stream. This is it. So I've just pulled, and Kirsten, where in the world are you?
Hi, I'm in Charlotte.
Charlotte, Charlotte, is that North Carolina? Is that South Carolina?
Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, so you see, and Jashem, reveal as much as you choose to reveal, because I understand you may be part of the witness relocation program. You are somewhere in the North America, correct?
Somewhere in North America.
I'm hearing
say New
feedback.
York.
Is anyone else?
Okay, so what could be happening to you, Kirsten, if you're hearing?
I'm feeling like I'm hearing a lot of feedback. So okay, that's just me, though.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not hearing feedback on my end yet, because if that happens, I'm just going to start closing people's tabs.
Yeah, you'll need to pause the actual live stream so that you can just listen in here.
Yeah. So if you're trying to watch the live stream while being a part of it, Kirsten, then you're going to get feedback right there. So as you're working, if you're someone who's learning StreamYard, this is StreamYard how it works. You can have up to 6 people live at a time, and I've got 4 other. This is awesome for me. 4 other people from different parts of the world, and as you can see, all different temperatures. Some of us are trying to stay warm, and that's just the way it is. Because as you know, I work out in a different place every time. Right now, I'm literally outdoors in my backyard trying to stay warm. I had a little bit of snow. Darkness is falling here. That'll be the end of the live as we go through. I've got a blanket over my legs. I've got an umbrella over top of the laptop.
This is why you need a green screen.
Yeah, this is 100% not green screen. So as we go through, this is where we're at. And if you've got a question, I'll be able to put it in. So this is live stream. This is I use StreamYard because on YouTube I cannot bring other guests on with me. I use StreamYard so I can bring other guests on with me. I use the free version of the platform. So for me, these people, when I post this video, these 4 guests that are on with me right now, they will be forever embedded as a part of my BSlife folklore as for this moment. So yeah, so this is one of the, oh, almost lost the umbrella. It took off.
I'll never forget you, bro.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. So as you realize, so if you're ever hosting a live, you're going to realize, for me, hosting a live, the hardest part for some you'll find is balancing what goes on in the chat and balancing what goes on with your guests. So for me, I'm trying to do both right now. Sometimes I have a moderator on board. If the chat gets really busy, it's nice to have a moderator just because then they can kind of help you out in case someone tries to be a little bit silly over there. For the most part, I've been very fortunate. 99.9% of the time, I've had a great chat where we've had no issues. But every now and then, it's nice to have some other people on there. So you can add a moderator. A moderator is something I would recommend to all of you. I don't practice always what I preach, but a moderator is great for all of you and for myself. But you have to add them on through YouTube. So you're going to do that in the YouTube community section. You'd add on a moderator through there, and that way they can track it as they go through. If you're someone, and you can, as you see, you can go live from anywhere. We've got live in houses, we've got live outdoors, we've got live in taxi cabs. So what you can do as you go through, you can really run a live. As you get to know your community, as we continue on here, one of the big things I often say is get to know your community. And really, you expect them to care about you, so care about them. Lorenzo Euro. Lorenzo is a friend of mine in Italy, a fantastic guy. He put out a short clip about my channel many months ago, which is amazing as you get to know people. And it's one of those things. We expect it in day-to-day life. I'm not sure why people think it's any different on YouTube, where they think in real life, if someone's important to you, you put in time, you show you care about them, you respond to their questions, you respond to their comments, and you show you care. But in YouTube, for some reason, some people go viral. Let's be honest, that's the exception, not the norm. They put out a video, gets picked up by 50,000 people or whatever, and all of a sudden it happens. My most popular video, I think, is a little over 2,500. I've got some that are like high, like 1,800s, and some around 1,000, but a lot around 400 or so as you go along. So as you go through, you can see right there, Kristen just stepped off the live. So any point, if you're on live, you can leave live. In the same sense, any point, I can just take someone off live. So you have that ability to work if you're the one. Yeah, Jashem's heading out. Jashem, good to see you. Take care, my friend.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I just have to edit.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, what's your question, Aberor?
You know, I mean, I do travel vlogs. I started it back in the lockdown, which I've visited 3 countries so far. I mean, I've visited many countries in the past, but the past 3 countries have been going up, right, on my channel. But I don't like to do edits. What I'm trying to say, basically, I don't like to put background sound and, more than a title. I like it as normal as possible. Do you think this will affect my people liking it? Do you think I should do more edits?
No, okay. You're asking me my opinion. So in my opinion, my suggestion for you, great question. I'm going to pull you off screen because I see some other people want to get there, but great question. I'm going to answer it right now. Thank you. So my feedback on that is this. Be true to yourself. If you don't have hours and hours to edit, then don't. Because if you do it once, You set that expectation, and also, to be honest, you're probably going to find it exhausting and extremely difficult and frustrating for you, and you're going to hate your love for what you're building in YouTube. So my suggestion is do what you're passionate about, do what you love. So for me, a bunch of my old BS banters I did with a green screen behind me because I had all kinds of ideas of doing things. And I show you how to build the green screen. I literally built it in my basement of cardboard. It cost me less than $10. For me, if you see my workout videos, I don't do a ton of editing. I don't even usually put a music overlay as we go through. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But where I put my time into when I'm putting together a video is I put time into making a thumbnail, because you want to have something that someone's going to click on. And then from there, keep your intro succinct. How many times have you gone and watched a video and the intro is so long that you're already trying to scroll ahead, or you just click to get out of it? Let people know what you're all about. So for me, I try to get into the video as quick as possible. I try to share with people what I'm all about, and I try to let people know they matter. Like, you're part of my community. So if I can, I touch base with as many people as I can. It gets harder, and trust me, as your channels all get bigger, it's going to be harder and more difficult for you to be in touch with everyone as you go along. It becomes tricky because you want those people to matter. So for me, that was one of the reasons why I had to stop posting content as quickly as you go along. So as we go through, another one I already mentioned, you want to have your core supporters. Some of them are on there right there. Jashem and Chris have been great supporters. I've known Chris much longer than Jashem, but they both bring energy. And everyone who I just had on live with me, we're all great guests. Because what can be a challenge for some people when they go live is they have people who are guests come on. What happens is they're always trying to talk over you. So there becomes that real fine balance of letting your guest speak as a host and you talking as a host. For me, sometimes I know I talk a lot and I know I talk fast. So it's one of those things as you go along. And if Victoria right there, by the way, I would love to see you live. Yeah, this is it. This is live. So it's great to see everyone coming through. Chris says one thing you do like the magic is capture and bring your audience in quickly. I try, because for me, you guys are what make this channel so much fun. Like, I started this journey to get in shape. I took off 25 pounds. You see that in the tuber chat rate. Amazing. Jaden Sue, Tetris Academy. This is awesome. I love seeing people drop by. So good. Tuber chat. Kevin K from Tuber chat. You can see if you also want to learn some more of the analytics of YouTube. You will love. I posted a live I did with Kevin K. It's the one YouTube thumbnail done with all the bananas in the background. Check that out, because Kevin covers so many things of all of our questions that we all had as creators. And for myself, now that I'm up to 4,000 hours, it's one of those things. Great to see you at Jeremy's Autistic Vlogs. This is awesome. It's so fun when people drop by. As you take a look at that, check out. You want to find different people who can support you as you go through. And tomorrow night, I'm going to have a whole bunch of people live again. Like Kristen Welton, who's on here right now. She's going to talk about her channel live tomorrow night. If you just want to try experimenting with being on live, like Abror and a few other people, check it out. Join me. I'm happy to have you experiment a little bit, see what it's like as you go along, because it's not easy. It's not easy because a lot of this battle you're going to do with YouTube is on your own. And you're going to realize you're alone on the other side of a computer. Great to see you, Calming Mind Meditation. Lady C. Russell, this is amazing. Thank you for joining. Scratch and Pete, awesome to see you. Okay, as you go along, you're going to realize a lot of it you do on your own. So you're going to have to decide, is it a passion project for you, like it has been for me? So my suggestion for you, find a group that you know you can ask questions with outside of YouTube. You can get ideas from other people. Like I said, one of my things, I always suggest Angel, Light Over Darkness. Thank you. I love a tuber chat raid. You want to make sure you've got a consistent group. You're posting consistently. Charities Media, great to see you. Hello to yourself as well. I love it. You also want to make sure that as you continue on, you want to make sure that your focus isn't just on subs. You want those watch hours as well as you go through. If you've got a monetization question, please ask. Okay, I'm happy to answer them as best I can. Sub for sub, I'm a big believer, is a complete waste of time. People don't stay through. They come and go. I'm doing great. I got asked how I was doing. I'm doing great today. It's a little bit cold here. It's about 2 degrees Celsius in Ottawa, Canada. I'm outside. I was getting a little bit of snow and rain, so I've got an umbrella right here over top of the laptop, just to make sure that I stay somewhat dry here. It's on the back of my neck. I'm not worried about that. The other thing for sure is be genuine with your content. Like with me, when you see my videos and you see me live, this is who I am. To a T, and I'm pretty sure Chris, Jashem, any other people who have spent more time with, whether it be Francis Floyd, whether it be Kevin X, whether it be Vince, whoever, they'll realize that this is the way I'm wired. One thing some people struggle with about going live is the fact that you don't get a second take. Some of you are so used to filming several takes of things that when you go live, it becomes a challenge for you because what you see is what you get. And you can see as the wind is coming through right now, it's a bit breezy. And this is a conversation I had with Jax. He's got a really cool channel. I was talking to him about the fact that when you go live, it's a different sort of thing. Lost Souls Paranormal. It's beauty here in sunny Florida. Now I feel like you're just showing off. This is a good question right here. Right now, I've got a Lady C Russell. I'm struggling to get my watch hours right now. Okay, that's a really good question. Okay, what I have done for that one in the past, it's chilly over there. Watch hours, my biggest suggestion for you is this. You are going to want to make sure you can swap playlists with people. So if you haven't made playlists on your channel, you want to make playlists. So for me, I've got a 5-hour playlist, I've got a 10-hour playlist, and I've got an all of my BS Life playlist. Okay, so if someone just wants to sit back and press play, they can do that. What I've been told in the past is that you don't want to add live streams to playlists because for whatever reason, the YouTube algorithm does not like when lives are part of playlists. So what you want to do is if you've got videos that are different types, like I've got a few playlists. I've got a 1K celebration. So when I hit 1K, my 1K subs, I did 1,000 challenge every single day for a full week. I pushed a car 1,000 meters. I swam 1,000 meters. I ate 1,000 grains of raw rice. I did 1,000 burpees. I did 1,000 flights of stairs. Arguably the hardest thing I've done my entire life. And there's I drove 1,000 kilometers in one day and came back. I edited it, filmed it, put it all out there. If you don't have a playlist, you need to have a playlist 100%. Okay. So that's number one, have a playlist. And then you want to find people you can swap with because you can't just keep playing your own playlist over and over and over. Lady C Russell says, I playlist and YT takes my watch hours because I don't get monetized in a year. Don't Lady C Russell, don't throw, I'll post that one for you. That's a good question. Here's something that goes on all the time. You don't want to be concerned about that. And people often say that when I started April 24th, I think, even though my first video was April 24th, it doesn't mean if I don't get to 4,000 watch hours by April 24th, I lose everything. It just means your first day gets dropped off. So if you're on there going along and you go through and you've got and say your first day was January 1st. And when this January 1st starts up, you're at say 3,800 watch hours. You do not go back to zero. But what you're going to do is you're going to lose the watch hours you lost in the very first day. Well, your very first day of posting, you may only have gotten 2 watch hours. Maybe not even. Maybe you were in the minutes of watch hours. So it means the January 1st gets dropped off. You can hear the geese overhead. That's Canada for you. Okay. So it's not like you don't get dropped down to zero after 1 year. So Lady C Russell, excellent question. And a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people are afraid they're going to lose it all. Okay. Australian Radio Indie TV says my views are down, by my watch time is up. So what's with that? It means, honestly, that's a good sign because people are watching your videos are actually following through with your videos. So what you get in the beginning is you get a bunch of people who watch like 20 seconds of a video and they walk away. Okay. So 20 seconds, they walk away. So for instance, I'm in an interesting spot. I haven't been here before. I was warned of this. Ever since I've been monetized, my views have considerably dropped. Okay. And if you check my videos, I haven't done analysis on it, but they've 100% dropped. Okay. They 100% dropped as they've gone along. Sorry. Hands are a little cold. Trying to warm up here. So Australian Radio TV, I wouldn't worry about that at all. Your views are down, your watch time's up. It's because people are actually watching your content, which is a great sign because you want real subscribers as you go along. Angel's saying, so you don't lose watch hours. It's not that you don't lose watch hours. You lose 1 day of watch hours. So if your first day was January 1st, and by the time you hit the next January 1st, you don't have 4,000 hours, the first January 1st drops off. And whatever you got that new January 1st, those watch hours, those ones go towards your total. So as you think about that, that's huge. Because for me, my first month, I was getting 12 minutes of watch time a day. Right now, because I have so much content, the sheer volume, I may get, an hour of watch time a day. And say that's a terrible day for me, only 1 hour. But what I notice is 1 hour is substantially more than the 12 minutes. So as you go through your watch time, you'll build it up quicker. The question there, do you have to get 4,000 watch hours every year? Excellent question. My understanding is this: you don't have to get 4,000 watch hours, but you have to maintain 4,000 watch hours within a 365-day calendar year. So what that means for me, I basically don't need to worry about watch time until probably June, because April, May, I got so little watch time as I went along because I only had like 3 videos and no one was seeing them. So for me, all those days are part of this year, but you see how that's a huge bump for my next year's total watch time. Okay. So as you go along, I saw a question there. Sorry, I missed a couple. Robbie, great to see you. It is cold here, but I'm doing my best to stay warm as you continue along. Robbie, yeah, it is a bit chilly. It's around 2. It's probably cold now with wind chill, a little bit of snow, a little bit of rain, but we're doing okay. So if you're close, my suggestion, the best way to get up your watch time, swap playlists with people. Do not run it in double time. No, Angel Overlay Darkness, you do not lose the previous 11 months. You lose 1 day at a time as the next day passes. Do not run videos at 2.5 speed, at 2 times speed. Some people do this. They're like, I'm going to run your whole playlist at double speed. You get through the whole thing. No, you know what you're going to see? You're going to see a red line move all the way across, but you're not getting credit for it. So this is why when you playlist swap with someone, you're really trusting the person on the other end of this, because they can literally, as you all know, you can move the dial all the way across. It gives a full red line, or play it at double speed, and the other person, the recipient, is not actually receiving the watch time that they think they're getting. Now, if someone really wants to track it, they can try and track it through the analytics. But to be honest, you don't know, with so many different people watching your channel, you don't know who's watching and who's not watching specifically as you go through. And this is why swapping playlists for some people, they don't bother, they don't like it because they don't trust the people on the other end. As you get to know people and as you build your community, that's where you get real subscribers and real fans of your channel, where they're like, yeah, Brad, I'll play your full video. And there's some people on here, I've told them I don't have time to watch their video, but I'll listen to their video while I'm making dinner. So I'll still give them a full watch. So YouTube gives them full credit. They get a full watch. Our IP addresses are in different places. We're in different parts of the world, as you know, as you go along. So as you go along, it makes a big difference. So you want to make sure that you're dealing with people that you like to deal with, and that's what makes this whole process fun. 60-second calisthenics says, let me try and stay on top of this. It's saying right there, your views went down after monetization. Very interesting. Oh, I thought they would go up. Why do you think they went down? I think they went down, to be honest, because I think people just didn't want to sit through an ad at the beginning. They're like, click, forget this, move on. And that is not uncommon. And tomorrow I'm going to have another workout guy. His name Burpee Yoga Uncle. He's going to join me tomorrow night. If you want to just see other creators, or if you think if there's time at the end, I will always bring people on live. You saw I already had 5 people on live earlier, 2 of whom I'd never met before, or maybe 3 of whom I'd never met before. Like I will happily share. If I can help anyone else be successful, I'm happy to do that. So no, they went down in 60-second. I think that's why. The other thing for some of you, and this is aimed directly at 60-second calisthenics as you go along, is if your videos are really short, they're going to be hard to monetize. And that's why they say you want to have videos that are around 10 minutes in length. Now, for some of you, you might want to, sorry, almost lost the umbrella in the wind. For some of you, like 60-second calisthenics, you could even do a collection where, if I was you, I would take like 10 videos you like that all turned out well and put them all together. It could be like a 10-minute version, but it's all the other ones. Some people can watch it, but don't put it out as a playlist, 60-second. Re-release it as a single video that's 10 minutes long, because then you also get longer content. And you are all able to do this. If you check how much percentage of your video people are watching, you're going to realize as you go along, they might only be watching a third of it. So for 60-second, if he's got a 60-second clip, and in case you're wondering, it's great workout stuff. It's really cool, but it is quick. So as soon as you're into it, it's done. But if people only watch half of his, he's only getting 30 seconds of watch time each time. It's going to be really, really hard to get his watch hours up based on that. It's going to take a ton of content. As we continue on, I see a few other comments in here. CL Furlong says he's using YouTube Premium so he doesn't have to see ads. Yeah, that's 100% true. A lot of people do that. And what happens for someone like CL Furlong, if he's got Premium, I can still get a small percentage of that because I get credit for when he clicks on, even though he's paid for ads, but he doesn't have to sit through any ads. Robbie Garn says, my biggest problem is that my videos take so long to make. This precludes me from posting frequently enough to earn the watch hours needs to monetize. No, Robbie, what it means is it's going to take you longer. It's not going to keep you from getting there. Because Robbie, once you get enough content up and once you build up a big enough base, people are going to start checking out your old videos of different places you've hiked and different things you've done. But I agree, the length of time, you want to make sure, my suggestion, and this is just me, I'm no YouTube analytics guru, I've studied a bunch and I love YouTube stuff. You want to be posting once a week at absolute minimum. And if you're not posting once a week, you're going to be in trouble. YouTube doesn't like that. It's going to take forever to get your watch time. It's going to take forever to get your subscriber count up. You want to go once a week, pick the same day, the same time, every single week and make that happen. That is my 100 biggest suggestion. Consistent content. Consistent content, consistent day, and consistent comments. The 3 C's, I guess. Consistent content, comments, constant. Yeah. And make sure you comment. If someone comments on yours, take the time. If you have a smaller channel especially, take the time. Like if you're too busy, if you've got like under 300 subs and you're too busy to comment on people's comments for yours, like then you have to decide if you, then maybe you're okay with not growing at the same pace, because really you're going to need to give back as you go, as you give in, because otherwise if people don't feel like you're investing in their life, they're not going to invest in yours. Just like people who live in your same city as you, if you never call them back or return their phone calls, they're going to stop calling you. Treat YouTube the same. If you're trying to build genuine friendships, you're going to need to touch base with people. This one, 1984, any thoughts on doing the in-video advertising, as in doing a product promotion during the video instead of an ad at the beginning? I've thought about that, and I've actually had a few different companies approach me, not on YouTube. They've approached me through Instagram, where they've been like, would you consider doing this? So far, I haven't wanted to like pitch an ad or be a part of that. That's not really, maybe I'll get there, but at this point I haven't done that. So for me, I haven't decided to do that, because part of it would have, I'm not saying I'm against it, but it'd have to be a product I love and I would have to just put it in. But like, as far as doing like an infomercial in the middle, maybe, I don't know, to be honest, it's something I haven't really considered, because for me, like the few that came my way just weren't really my thing. And I thought it just felt off brand for me. Because my brand really is fitness. I like working out. I like quirky things. I love travel all over the place. The next question, Lady C. Russell. So we have to monetize each video, not our channel. Correct. So before I posted this live today, I had the option to monetize or not monetize this live. And I'm thankful I did, because I've had some super chats, which is amazing. I had CL Furlong, I had Jashem, and I had Malika. Like, these people were so giving, so kind-hearted, which is absolutely awesome. They hit that $sign and they decide to like buy me a cup of coffee or buy me a burger, hey, which is so cool. And as CL Furlong says, I pointed out earlier, in the first week of being monetized, I made a little less than $5. Now, don't forget, I'm not doing anything differently. Old videos help out. So this is why having general content really, really does help you out, because your old videos in YouTube help you make money on your new videos in YouTube, which is so important. Okay. I want to do that myself when time comes. Yeah, 100% as you go through. Okay. As we go along right here. Yeah, thank you, Mishana. Yeah, it's great, it's really exciting. Happy Place Camping, thanks for dropping by. Aberor, thank you. €5, that's big money. It's €5. Thanks, that is so kind of you. I've been to Europe. I've had to get euro. It was like $76 Canadian for €5, so that is absolutely huge. Thank you, Aberor. That is very kind of you. That is very sweet. I love that. That is awesome. Thank you so much. As you continue, Robbie says, great point. Yeah, just once a week, Robbie, if you put it through, that can just be your goal. Do you think that a live stream can be a stand-in for a regular video on off weeks? I think it can, but I've heard different messages. I've heard some people say, if you have less than 500 subs, doing a live stream, I've heard it can be very lonely, because sometimes you'll literally only have 2 other people online. It's 100% still helps with content. It's still content on there. Like for me, I didn't know if many people were going to join us today. We have 29 people with us right now, which I think is super cool. I absolutely love that. But I had notes where I thought if I don't get any questions, I know what I'm going to talk about. Okay. Robbie says, I don't know if your videos lend themselves to doing in-video ads. Brad, you're always on the go. Yeah, it's very true. Alice Geology, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Calming Mind, thank you so much for dropping by. If you guys can, if you don't mind throwing down a thumbs up, it's always appreciated. YouTube seems to love that as well. Thanks, Lady C, for dropping by. If anyone has a question, please drop it through. I'm happy to answer them. As you continue on, so if you have a video with 6,000 a year ago and it's still getting viewers, you can still get paid on it. 100% light. Angel Light Over Darkness. I need to abbreviate that somewhere. I'm just going to call you Angel from now. Angel. So if you've got an old video that went viral, say you got like 5,000 or 10,000 views on it over a year ago, and people are you won't get paid for those old viewings of it, because it's not retroactive. You can hear the geese. So if you've never heard geese, there they go, right overhead. Lots of them heading down south with some of my friends. Okay. But yeah, you can 100%, you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid for a bunch of those as you go through, as people watch them now. So like, for instance, one of my more popular videos I've had, as thanks so much Lady C for dropping by, one of my more popular videos I've had was like eating 1,000 grains of raw rice. I ate 1,000 grains of raw rice as I went along. And then for me, that became one of those spots where a lot of people are still watching it. So even though I first put that video out before I was monetized, anyone who watches any of the mukbangs I've done now, like if they sit down and watch me eat a kilogram of peanut butter in the middle of Niagara Falls, just sitting down in front of the Ferris wheel, that's one where I don't get paid anything from. That was a live I did outside, but because music was on in the background and I don't own the rights to that music, I cannot be monetized for that. Sorry, just trying to warm the hands up. Hey, they're getting cold here. For those of you who got in here late, I'm in Ottawa, Canada. You can see sun is setting here. We had a little bit of snow, a little bit of rain falling on me. It's around 0 now with wind chill. It's colder than that right now. But as you go through, so some of your videos you can't monetize. So like I did one a few weeks ago with some of my favorite scary movies that I did over Halloween. I can't monetize that because I showed a bunch of clips of other people's work. Here's the issue that you have. It's fine to have copyright claims. A copyright claim is completely okay. You can have a million copyright claims as far as I know. I just can't make any money off those. But if you have a copyright strike, that becomes a problem. Just like baseball, like go Blue Jays. Just like baseball, 3 strikes and you are out. So a friend of mine, Kevin XCon, if you haven't checked out his site, very cool guy. He did a video a couple weeks ago all about The Mandalorian, which had a whole bunch of footage from The Mandalorian in it. Because of that, he ended up getting a copyright strike. If he gets 2 more, his YouTube channel is done so. So he's had to change the way he produces his stuff. And if you see he's got some amazing videos where he puts himself in different things. Okay. Yeah, so don't worry about, you don't need to worry about those ones, Robbie, about the monetizing for those ones. I just let those videos run. I can't make any money off them, but in the end, like I'm not worried about it. So I don't make any money off the kilogram of peanut butter. I'm okay with that because it's content for my channel and it's something fun that I did that I enjoyed. Parody's Originals asked me why I'm outside. I love to be outdoors. Parody's, check out some of my workouts. I always do them in a different location. I did one a few weeks ago. I've done them. I did a great ab workout right on the edge of Niagara Falls, literally on the edge of Niagara Falls. I hopped a fence to get a better view, and I did some abs there. I've done workouts in graveyards. I've done workouts on the side of the road. I've done workouts at abandoned ruins. I've done workouts by waterfalls, all over the place. Check it out. That's just kind of what I do. Angel Lighter of Dark says if you paste the link and info for the artist, they won't strike you. I think that's true in some cases, Angel. But I think they also don't give you credit. Like you can still get it doesn't mean they're going to be okay with it, right? So if I just say put an entire episode of The Mandalorian on here, even though I say it's from Disney, I still don't think they'll let me do it. So you'd have to double check that. I'm not 100% certain on that. Okay. Parodies, they say I dispute over appeal strikes. I'm legally allowed to use the melody when I'm in a parody, but some try to fight me on it. Comes with territory. 100% it comes with territory. With what you do on your parodies and originals, yeah, you're gonna get way more static than I will. Okay, yeah, you'd be freezing though. Yeah, I've been colder, I've been warmer, that's for sure. Okay, Charities Media says if I keep playing my own playlist, will YT notice? 100% YT will notice. So basically, YouTube is super smart. YouTube is worth billions of dollars because this is what they do. So if you're playing your own video over and over, I know some people, what they do is they try and watch in like incognito or private browser, or what they try and do is they try and clear their cache every single time. My understanding is if you're playing with any regularity, it's linked to an IP address. Your IP address is going to be realistically your home or your work, wherever you're spending most of your time. So as you go through, my suggestion is playing your videos over and over. My understanding is it counts for views, but it will not count for watch hours. So your view count will rise, but your watch hour count will not rise. That's my understanding. If someone else knows different, feel free to correct me on that. I'm happy to learn as I go through. Shattered Soul, I have 3 videos which suddenly are flagged for age restriction, though 2 original content now, and scared if I'm such media comes in pages in danger. For me, I always say every single video for me is consistent. I always say not for children. every single video I have, you could have your children watch it just like my children watches it. My daughter watches it. I don't do anything inappropriate. But because they say it's not meant for children, one means you're allowed comments. If you say it's geared towards children, you're not allowed to have comments on there because they're trying to keep bullying down. The other part that you realize is it always has different parameters. So my suggestion is just say it's not for children as you go through. It means if someone's trying to log on through like a school account, they're not gonna be able to do it. But as you go through, that's a big part of it. Angel Air Darkness says paste in the description. That works for Angel. So there you go. Give that a try. Follow Angel's advice and see how it works for you. I just haven't tried it myself because most of the time it's just not something I do. Robbie says, wonder if you contact the license holders so I can use stuff like Doken and Dragon Force. Yeah, maybe contact them. But for me, for what I do, the amount of hours I'd have to put in to contact these people to try and get them to come back to me to find out, for me, it's just not worth it. And with what I do with working out different places, I'll just take the copyright claim and they can have the $3 I would have made off that video. And honestly, I don't worry about it. CL Furlong, thank you so much. He's off to work. Much appreciate the love, my friend. Okay. Yeah, Perry's an original says again, best thing to do is playlist swapping. It's legitimate and okay with YouTube. I 100% agree. Find people you can swap playlists with. And what I did is I put together playlists that are different lengths because some people don't have as much content. So now with all my videos, I'm up to over 90 videos now. And if I say swap playlist for playlist, it's really not fair to them because my playlist would take so long to get through. So as you take a look at yours, I've got a 5-hour, a 10-hour, I've got the 1K one. I've got my 3 mukbangs on there, and that's what I've done. And then I've got just a live playlist, and it's less about people playing my live playlist, more about people just being able to find my lives in a single location as they go through. Robbie says, not sure the views are audited as they come. I know it used to be that you could hit 300 views before an audit. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure when views get audited. Okay. And Shattered Soul says you need loyal people for swapping playlists. I 100%. That's the first thing I said. If you missed that, otherwise swapping playlists just becomes where you're running your devices round the clock, and then you realize your watch hours aren't changing because someone else isn't repaying the same favor. And sometimes that's going to happen as you go along. But it's nice to have those different people that as they support you, you can go along with it. I'm trying to read what else I have in my notes here. It's gotten pretty dark here, as you can tell. We see, it's gotten dark, but I've got some light off the screen. It's definitely dusk here as we go along. It's super fun. Question we got right here. Yeah, thank you, running my best life. Yeah, it is an accomplishment. I was pretty excited when I got monetized. I was really excited. 6 months monetized all the way, 1,000 subs in 3 months, watch hours in 6 months as I went through. Question. Charities Media, where do you put your hashtags on description? Okay. I put my hashtags in my description at the very, very bottom. And then the first 3 hashtags show up as hyperlinks as they go through. Any of the other ones go down. You want to make sure when you're putting stuff out as you go along, I always put in a description. Okay, so as far as for me, you'll notice my descriptions always have something in it. Some people leave their descriptions super blank. Don't leave your description blank because the YouTube algorithm likes the description. The YouTube algorithm wants to see what your content is about. Your description tells you. Okay. Trying to warm up. Okay. So you want a description. In your description, have your keywords in there. For me, I always put in the title. I always put in myBSlife a few times in my description because that's who I am. In case you're wondering what the BS stands for, Brad Smith. That's my name. myBSlife. This is my life. I'm Brad Smith. It's my life. So in my description, I always have in there, like I always say, thanks for being a part of myBSlife. That's kind of how I sign off. If it's a burpee workout, I'll say burpees at least like 2 or 3 times in different ways. Don't just say burpee, burpee, burpee. You want to put it in sentences because YouTube is not dumb. YouTube is extremely smart, so it will know. So you want to make sure as you're explaining your own, you want to give a description for your channel. If you're giving someone else a shout out, put theirs in your channel as you go through. So hashtags matter. Thank you so much at Ken's Life Journey. I really appreciate it. You want to make sure to use the tags button. So for me, I'll often put in workout, fitness, burpees. I put in myBSlife every single time because I hope it'll at some point register in the algorithm. Will it ever register? I have no idea, but you want to try and go for brand recognition. So whatever your brand is, whatever your title is, you want to be using that as you go along. Okay. As you continue on, running for my best life says, do timestamps help? I think, thanks. Perry's original says very clever. Yeah. So if you didn't know, yeah, that's just my name. Okay. It's a play on words. I get asked, do timestamps help? I think timestamps help. I don't think So I've done different things with timestamps. I think it depends on your content. Timestamps can be great. Some people can jump ahead to a question. So it could be like, you could be like, say you're doing a breakdown of something. You could be like, the cost is here. I always add in timestamps. The one thing for timestamps, and some people don't realize this, and their timestamps don't work, you have to go 0:00 as your very first timestamp and just say intro or start. And then after that, you put in like 4:15, like the workout begins. But you always have to, your first timestamp needs to be 0:00. A lot of people don't do that. And because they don't, none of their timestamps show up. So if your timestamps where they show up as a hyperlink, so if your timestamps don't show, you want to make sure you do that. FitLab says maximizing your description, tags, keywords, and what you said in your title as well. 100%. I'm guilty of the fact I often don't mention my title while I'm working out because I forget about it. I do it. So like right now, I should say how to get monetized on YouTube in 6 months, or how I was monetized in YouTube in 6 months, or how you can be monetized in YouTube in 6 months, right? That's basically what we're talking about today. So YouTube hears that and YouTube brings it together. Okay. Okay. FitLab says, what are your thoughts on shorts? I'm about to do my first one tomorrow, but I don't know a ton about them other than they can help get in front of more people. Honestly, for me, I haven't bothered doing a single short. And for my reason is selfish. I was told shorts don't count towards your analytics. I was told at this stage, shorts don't count towards your views or your watch time. And because they're short, for me, I just don't have that much time to put into other videos that aren't going to help grow my brand. Because for me, my biggest issue right now is trying to find ways to reply to comments and keep up the interaction with people. And I love that. So if I'm putting in more shorts, more content, just because I can make a short in 25 minutes, say it takes me that long, it's the length of time to reply to people's comments that hurts me. Now, some of you might think the opposite. You might be like, you're going to do a short because it gets your brand out to more people. I 100%, and that makes sense to me if that's your goal. For me, where I'm at, and I'm not a big YouTuber, I'm 100% still a small YouTuber. I just don't have time. I don't have time to balance my day life and my YouTube hobby / passion by doing shorts as well. So that's why I haven't. Some of you may do more of it, and it depends. It all depends on your channel. Like for some people who are coming over from TikTok, that's why shorts are trying to grab the TikTok people. So if you've already filmed some stuff on TikTok, I would reuse it. I'm not on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, myBSlife Brad. So if you want to find something, if you want to find my Instagram, go to myBSlife Brad, check it out. But if you're already doing stuff on TikTok, 100%, you're just reusing the same material to a different group. I would do it then and put it out there. Okay. Another question we have on there after the shorts one. I've wondered this. It might be a dumb question. How does watch time work if you run a video 2 times speed? I mean, so basically, parodies and originals. My understanding is 2 times speed. You're not giving the person watch time. You're not giving yourself watch time. You're going to get credit for a view, but you're certainly not going to get watch hours. And this doesn't surprise any of us. We think we can outsmart YouTube. But YouTube, let's be honest, what those advertisers pay to be on there, they want to get value for their dollar. And if you're scrolling through everything at double speed, YouTube gets it. YouTube understands. And they're going to be able to tell that with the analytics. That's my understanding. You may know different, but my understanding is if you're trying to help yourself or a friend out, I wouldn't bother with double the speed. Just leave it twice as long and it chews up your device. But I think that's really what you need to be doing. As you continue on, yeah, so we talk about, yeah, so FitLab saying they heard the same thing. Other people have heard the same thing about shorts as we go through, which is good. And some people saying that's why they're doing shorts, just to get their brand out there. Maurice Cooper, how's it going? Maurice, it's going great. I'm sitting here. I'm in Ottawa, Canada. Dusk has fallen. The moon is out. The geese are done for the day. I think it is cold. I'm trying to keep my hands warmed up. Life with Vince. Great to see you, my friend. 60-second calisthenic. Yeah, a lot. And some people didn't realize that about the timeline. So make sure you put 0:00 as your first point anytime you're doing a timestamp. Otherwise, they don't show up as hyperlinks, and you want them to show up as hyperlinks. That's why you're doing it as you go through. FitLab says they think shorts can be used wisely. I agree. If you're repurposing a piece of content, and that is exactly what I just said. If you've already done a short that you love and you did it for TikTok, put that thing on YouTube. You've already done the content, put it out there. You can even post and have comments off on it if you want to. You don't need to reply to them. But for me, if you're gonna post something, you want to make sure you reply to everyone's comment. Okay. And sometimes it's a 2-word reply. And like I reply to everyone's comment, even if what they're putting out is like, I know they're not really watching the content. I still reply because it adds to my YouTube algorithm where if you've commented on mine and so say Maurice Cooper watches my video and they say, I really enjoyed your video, and I say, thanks, Maurice. Instead of one comment, I now have 2 comments, right? Because they made a comment and I replied with a comment. So by replying to comments, you're doubling your interaction rate, and your interaction rate is huge. Thumbs up help you, hearts help you. So you want to so anytime someone gives me a heart thumbs up on what I'm doing, I love that. That makes a big difference, and it shows YouTube that people like what you're doing. Anytime someone lists you as like a supported channel that's on the front, that helps with your YouTube. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. FitLab's saying the same thing. We're saying the same thing. Thanks so much, AT Canada Life Journey. Yeah, like I'm enjoying it. This is where we're at. I've had a chance, like, so I said, for me, I've been monetized for a little over a week now. I made just under $5, which is not much money, but hey, I was doing this for almost 6 months and I didn't make a cent. So for me, this is 100% a passion project. Am I ever going to get rich off YouTube? No, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it for sure. I've gotten to meet amazing people from all over the world. I had a few people join me on the screen because they'd never been live before. Hey, Jay, musician, family man, great to see you. Some people had never been live before, so they just want to see what it was like to be doing part of a live. So I just clicked, and all you do. So if you've never used if you've never used this before, I will show you exactly what to do right now. I'm on StreamYard. I'm on the free version of StreamYard, so you see their logo in the corner. You can pay for StreamYard, and then you don't see any of the advertising. You can put your own logo up there. If I want to invite someone on, I take a link. It's in the bottom corner. I just press paste. I do this. And now if someone else comes on, they can highlight that. They can click on that. So say Vince. So say Vince decides to join me right now. Vince, if you can, I'd love to have you on for 45 seconds. So Vince is someone I've met in the past. So Vince clicks on this link. He goes to a place called Backstage. That means that Vince is trying to join the chat. Unless I click to bring Vince on, Vince doesn't come on screen live. Okay. So this way you can kind of control. So you can have, if there's someone who you don't feel like fits your brand or they make you uneasy, you don't need to bring them on. If it's someone as you plan it, you can have, I think it's up to 6 people on the StreamYard version for free, where they can come along and they can be a part of it, right? They can be a part of your program. And you'll see you can have different people backstage, and you can have some people come off and on screen as you go through. That's just how StreamYard works. So if someone wants to join me, click on that link, I'll pull you backstage, and you can see it's just that easy. As you go through, their own name pops up, and you see they can be a part of it. As you go through, live streams, as you're going to realize, if you're trying to get watch hours, live streams are a fantastic way to get watch hours. So Vince just popped up in the background right here. Vince, I know what he's doing. I totally put him on the spot, but Vince is an awesome guy. If you haven't seen Life with Vince with Lou, he's about to pop up. He actually tried to join me live a couple weeks ago. It was good. He had some Wi-Fi issues, but who knows what's going on in California. So here's Vince. Vince, my man, how are you?
Good. How are you? I'm just out here doing some pull-ups in my garage, taking a 20-minute break to get in my pull-ups for the day, you know?
I absolutely love it. So if you've never been on a live stream before, and if you don't know what StreamYard is, Vince Lou, yeah, he's a fantastic guy. Check out his channel, Life with Vince. He's recently become a real estate agent. He's a long distance ultra runner. He's done all kinds of stuff. So check out his channel. It's absolutely awesome. But he also showed you how easy he can join StreamYard. And now Vince has just joined me. It doesn't cost Vince anything because he's on Wi-Fi as we go through. So Vince, as you're doing your pull-ups, what's your pull-up rep? What's your set looking like today?
I think you are cutting.
Okay, I don't know if I'm cutting out or Vince is, but this is an ongoing issue with Vince and I as we go through. It could be me. It could be me, and I've 100% had this problem before as well. So I'm going to pull Vince off screen right now because Vince was doing me a favor. I'm going to pull Vince off screen. So there's where we're at. That's StreamYard. That's how you do it. Vince, thank you so much for being a part of my live stream ever so briefly that you jumped in there in the middle of your set. I absolutely love it. That's live stream. That's StreamYard as you go through. That's how you get monetized in 6 months. My suggestions again, be consistent. Day of week, time of day, put it out every single week like clockwork. Secondly, consistent content. Don't not post content because you don't think it's good enough. Post something because something is always better than nothing. Hey, Vince saying he's the worst internet and he's saying sorry. It's okay, Vince. It's okay. I love the crying emoji. It happens. You want to make sure consistent content. You want to make sure you're getting at least once. If you're not doing once a week, it's going to be really hard to build your brand. You're going to want to make sure you are meeting other. Yeah, Jashem, Vince is frozen. Yeah, I'm the one who's frozen, Jashem. Freaking cold here. You want to make sure that every week you're getting on, you're meeting new people. You want to make sure you're doing what I call outreach. You want to find 5 channels per day if you can. People who give genuine comments, who you think there's a connection there. Don't just pick any channel for the sake of it, because it's not going to stick. Find people whose content you like, because then you're going to enjoy supporting them. Like, I don't watch hardly any TV at all, but I get caught up in what's going on in the world through different people's YouTube channels. I love it. As you go through, find those people. And the number one thing, if watch hours are where you're at, you need to have playlists. The biggest thing, some people do not have playlists. You need to have playlists. Playlists are an absolute must. Okay. You need to have playlists. You can swap playlists with friends and make sure that if they're doing them, make sure they give you a thumbs up and a few comments in there. Even if it's just like checking out your world, checking out your BS life in my case, okay? As you go through. And even though sometimes like you may not, you may run a playlist where you're not actively sitting and watching because you're listening to it in the background, so you're not able to comment on the time, people are still getting credit for this. Watch hours matter. And your subscriber count matters. So as you get so caught up in getting your 1,000 subs, understand you want to start building those hours sooner on, because it literally took me twice as long to get the hours as I did the subs. Because in the beginning, subs are only watching such a small portion. Longer videos certainly help you as you go along. Okay. And being consistent. Now, some people say you're supposed to have a niche, or some people say a niche with your market. Like, just do one thing and do it well as you go along. One thing is you do well as you go along. My suggestion, try everything. It's your YouTube channel. You don't need to feel like you need to fall into someone else's category of what you want to do. Find something you enjoy doing it. So for instance, for me, I do 1 mukbang a month. I don't do them all the time because I feel like garbage after. But to be honest, they're kind of fun doing them. People enjoy watching them and love seeing me struggle as I go through, whether it be 1,000 grains of raw rice, the KFC sandwiches, or the peanut butter mukbang. People enjoy watching them. I do them once a month. I think they're quirky and fun, but really, my brand is not an eating brand. Other people have eating brands. Check them out if you want to see big eaters. Okay? Jashem says, do you intend on working on evergreen content? Okay, if you don't know what evergreen content is stuff that shows up every year. Okay, so evergreen would be like, say I did a Christmas parody song. I know every year Christmas it's going to pop up and be popular again. I honestly, I just kind of do content as my heart leads me. So, for instance, my Thanksgiving one, in theory, could be evergreen content, because every year for Thanksgiving, it could be applicable for what's going on that year for Thanksgiving, as you want to find out what Thanksgiving is like in Canada. Or my scary movie one, as long as it is, even though it's not monetized, I think it would be considered evergreen content, because every year as Halloween happens, it just goes on. People will log on. So some people live and die by evergreen content, and I 100% can understand why, because they can see it over and over. Most of my content is workout videos, which in theory doesn't get old. So if you like doing one, then you can do them you can do one in another time. So for me, my workout videos, you can do them anywhere. I just do them someplace different every single time as you go through. Okay, go easy, host. You're too fast and end up being breathless. Shattered soul. I've been talking like this for an hour and 12 minutes now. I can do this for hours. I got a big mouth. I'm happy to keep talking. Hey, we're going to shut this thing down in about another 7-8 minutes, because as I start to get hungry here, because we're around 5:15, and it is dark, as you can tell. It's gone from like light behind me to dark behind me. All the light that you see that I'm lit up by 100% is strictly off the monitor of the laptop. That is it. I have no lights going on out here at all, which is pretty funny. Anyway, so what you want to make sure you do is just have your content, have what you do. So for me, I work out. Just because I did a workout in a graveyard or on the side of the highway, you don't need to. You can do those same workouts in your basement. You'll notice almost all my workouts require no equipment. I'm big on calisthenics, okay? Because body weight, because for me it becomes functional muscle that I can use in day-to-day life as I go along. 60 seconds says how pitch dark it became, yeah, and still can see you. Yeah, it must be cold. It's a bit cold, I'll be honest. Okay, I'm sitting here. I got a hoodie, a toque, or beanie, as some of you say, as we go along. Okay, there's where we're at. Okay, this is my BS life. Thank you so much for being part of. Anyone else has a question, I'm happy to answer them. Okay, tomorrow night, if you want to check out something cool, I'm gonna have 8 different creators on. They're all gonna come on for only 5 or 6 minutes. Okay, they're gonna answer 3 questions: where in the world they are, because I love knowing what my community is. They're gonna tell me why they started YouTube, and what their video is that best represents them. So if you want to get to know some other creators, check out tomorrow's video. You can see their pictures are in the thumbnail for it already. I did this a couple weeks ago. I called it Meet the Family. You can see I've got 8 or 9 creators on there, some of whom already dropped by. Like Jashem already dropped by. Great guy. Check out his channel. His channel, mine are so different, but one thing you'll see about both of us is there's a lot of passion. Okay. Victoria's sequence says, how many social platforms do you work with? YouTube and Instagram. That's it. And Instagram, I am not very good with because I don't post hardly any of my YouTube stuff on there. I try and post when a video is coming up the day of or like minutes before. But otherwise, my Instagram, to be honest, I started Instagram. It was just predominantly pictures of places I traveled. So I love to travel. So if you want to check out my Instagram, it's myBSlife Brad. You can see I've traveled, I think 39 or 40 countries now. I've just put a bunch of pictures on there as you go through. Okay, so as you take a look at it, that's what I'm about. Tomorrow night, meet some new creators. In a couple weeks, I'm going to see if I've got 8 other creators who want to join me live. It'll be super easy. Thanks to Shem for dropping by. It'll be super easy. Swing by tomorrow night. We're going to be on 8:30 Eastern. If you want to check it out, join us. You might even end up on the screen. There's always room for one more until there's not, I suppose. Okay. You guys are amazing. I have the best community. I love how you came out and supported me and gave back. Have an amazing night. If you have a question, put in the comment or check in tomorrow night at 8:30 Victoria. I would love to see you tomorrow in Victoria. I'm hoping one of these weeks I will get you on live. We'll have a chance to chat for sure, and you can walk me through what's going on with your channel, maybe in a couple weeks from tomorrow. I'm Brad. That's myBSlife. We'll all be in touch. Until then, stay safe. Stay safe, my friends. Squeeze in a workout. If you haven't a workout, you only have 20 minutes. I got a bunch of 20-minute workouts on there. Take care, guys. See you soon. And broadcast.